In this installment, we're going to be going over the NFL bets for Week 9 late slate. Let's get into it. Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Chef D, and I'm here to give you the winning ingredients for our Week 9 late slate. But before we deep dive into that, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Make sure you follow me on Instagram and Twitter at MetsNetShetsD. Don't forget about the TikTok at Chef_D91. And don't forget about that Patreon. Right now, we're at the homepage of the YouTube channel, currently at 8.58 thousand subscribers. This is the road to 10K, and we're well on our way because you guys are showing up each and every single day. If you're already subscribed, continue to like and comment. That helps the YouTube algorithm so we can grow to a much broader audience. And for that Patreon, if you guys missed out on Saturday, we had a pretty decent college football slate. These are some of the wins here. Mainly people wanted to know about Ohio State, Penn State. I was just telling everybody we're on Ohio State 100%. And they were giving out great profit boosts on FanDuel. We took advantage of that. Ohio State on the money line, as you can see right here in this particular ticket, that came through for 198. And live when Penn State went up 10-0, there was another buying opportunity, and Iowa State was at plus 7.5. Put the boost on that. That came through as well. And I gave out a community parlay first half Memphis and first half Ohio State. Memphis was a push because it was tied at halftime, and Ohio State covered the first half. So that came through and doubled your money as well. All right, so if you want winning plays, winning futures as well, I already posted NFL future. I posted 2 NFL futures, one's to make the playoff and one for the Super Bowl. If you want to find out though the NFL futures, you sign up right now to that Patreon. That link is provided down below. I'm so excited to announce I have partnered with BetStamp and Sign Up Expert to provide you guys with an easier way to sign up with any sportsbook in your area. If you go to the link in the description down below, you will be directed to this page you see here. It automatically displays all available sportsbooks in your area plus their current promotions. For example, you could take the plays given in this video and apply it to any other sportsbooks you don't currently have and reap the rewards. Now let's get into the slate. In Lincoln Financial field here, we have the Philadelphia Eagles 5-2 going against the Jacksonville Jaguars 2-6. Looking at the current odds right now, Eagles home favorites minus 350 on the money line with the comeback of the Jaguars at a plus 280. Point spread set at 7.5 with the total points set at 46. All right, public bet percentage here, 99% of the bets, 99% of the money all over the Eagles. There's not even a second guess here with all the traction that the Eagles are getting at home. For the point spread, 77% of the bets, 73% of the money here for the Eagles to cover the 7 and a hook. All right, that could be very crucial here, 7 and a hook. That's why they set that line there for a reason, for a purpose, obviously. Total points, 85% of the bets, 85% of the money towards the over 46 in this total. All right, injury report here for the Philadelphia Eagles. Mekhi Becton in concussion protocol. We'll see if he's going to give it a go. He was able to practice Thursday and Friday full. Dallas Goedert is going to be out, and Darius Slay, their number 1 corner, will be out as well. Okay, so we're waiting on news about Devonta Smith. He didn't practice for personal reasons on Friday. Hopefully everything's okay, and he's going to be fine for Sunday as well. So pay attention for him if he's going to be in or out. For the Jacksonville Jaguars, Ezra Cleveland, their guard, he's going to be out. Mason Smith, D-tackle, he's going to be out. And Christian Kirk had a fractured collarbone. He's going to be out for a while. We're waiting on the other 2 wide receivers for the Jaguars and their rookie Brian Thomas, who's been absolutely phenomenal this year. And Gabe Davis with a shoulder issue. We'll see if he's going to give it a go as well. Both of those 2 players were considered not going to play, but they're looking like they're trending in the correct direction, and we're going to get final notice on Sunday, okay? So pay attention. If Gabe and Brian Thomas are in for the Jaguars, it's going to be a positive there for their offense, all right? Now, for these two in particular teams, I was very impressed by the Jaguars in a very spirited game against the Green Bay Packers. They continuously fought back. They took a lead very slightly, but the Jaguars showed heart in that game against the Green Bay Packers. All right, did not expect. I thought the Packers were going to come in there. And the line played with you, played games, holding that 4. And the Jaguars were able to cover, keep this game close, and play pretty solidly all around. All right. Eagles are on a 3-game winning streak, dominating Cleveland, Giants, and the Cincinnati Bengals. And now you get a situation where that's why you see the discrepancy. That's why you see 90% of the money all over the Eagles, because we see Eagles on a winning streak. They look strong. Jaguars, everyone's remembering the London games. They struggled, but they have played a little bit better in the last two games against New England, and I like what I saw out of Green Bay. And now you're going up against Doug Peterson, who has a statue at Lincoln Financial Field. All right, this is a well-respected man, a guy that won a Super Bowl with these Philadelphia Eagles. And he's just going to he's going to be very motivated in this spot, all right, to bring and have his Jaguars ready in this game here. And if those weapons are healthy, if we're talking about Evan Ingram, Brian Thomas, and Gabe Davis, if those guys are going to be healthy and give it a go, they certainly have a shot to keep this close, all right? I'm going to avoid and fade all this public and sharps money here, going straight to the Eagles to cover in the 7.5. Eagles, well, if you remember at the beginning of the season, are very inconsistent, all right? And this could be a spot when you're going up a coach here and Doug Peterson, all right? You don't take him too lightly, all right? So I'm going to be leaning towards the points here, all right? I'm not saying Jaguars are winning. I just like to have that 7.5. And I think the Jaguars can keep this close because they have just as much of firepower as the Philadelphia Eagles, all right? They got a two-headed monster at the running back that can compete with Saquon Barkley. Jaguars have definitely enough weapons, especially tight end position and wide receiver, which Brian Thomas is coming on very, very strong. So Jaguars plus 7.5, and I like this to be a shootout. Give me the over on the 46. In State Farm Stadium here, we have the Arizona Cardinals 4-4 going up against the Chicago Bears 4-3. Looking at the odds right here, we have the Cardinals home favorites very slightly, minus 125 on the money line, with the comeback of the Bears at a plus 105. Point spread set at 1.5. Total points set at 44.5. All right, public bet percentage here, 55% of the bets on the side of Arizona, but the sharps are on the side of the Bears. 62% of the money coming in on Chicago to win. For the point spread, 61% of the bets, 70% of the money all on Chicago in this game as well. So we pretty much a public and sharp underdog here. All right. In this case, on the road. All right. They're leaning towards the Bears in this one. For the total points, 84% of the bets towards the over and 60% of the money towards the over as well. And that's going to be a big question mark. We're going to talk about that very soon. Now, Cardinals in the injury report here. They're not dealing with many injuries. D lineman Darius Robinson, he's going to be out again in this game. We have Q tags on Naquan Jones and Roy Lopez on the D line. They are trending towards playing. And offensive lineman Jonah Williams is going to be out of this game. All right, so a little hiccup there on the O line and one on the D line. For the Bears, they're dealing with some major issues. Jaquan Brisker, their very talented safety, concussion. He's going to be out. Braxton Jones is their regular left tackle. He's going to be out. And then Kyron, the backup left tackle, he's going to be out as well. All right, so they don't have their starting left tackle, and they don't have their backup left tackle. And we have, where's the other guy? Tevin Jenkins here. He had a DNP on Thursday, limited on Friday. We'll see if he's going to go. He's the left guard. And if he's out, this team could be missing their whole left side of the line, and they're going to have to move over. Somebody's going to have to move over to left tackle and or left guard. If Jenkins is out, they're in big trouble. They're already in trouble with no Braxton and no Kyron on that left side of the football, on the left side of that line. All right, so major issues for the offensive line for Chicago Bears. We're also seeing outs on. Oh, that's about it. Everyone else is Q tag. So Montez Sweat is going to be considered very not likely to play. He had a DNP Wednesday and DNP Friday, so he's highly questionable in this game. And then everyone else has a Q tag for the Bears. All right, now looking at these two teams here, we've had a solid effort, okay effort from the Chicago Bears. They had a pretty easy schedule with all the injuries to the Rams, and they won that game. They decimated the Carolina Panthers, who were very poor anyways, one of the worst teams in the league. And then they took advantage of the Jacksonville Jaguars in London. All right. And then they struggled and had a demoralizing loss against Washington. The way they lost that game, um, could be a trickle down effect. Just saying, that was one of the worst ways to lose. You had guys in the defense taunting, um, thinking the game's over, and then a Hail Mary pass from Jaden Daniels, and you get a game-winning catch for the ages from Noah Brown. All right, Chicago Bears already struggling offensively. You thought everything was much better, but then the things rear their ugly head again with Shane Waldron not able to run this offense. All right, another performance offensively. I don't know, is it Waldron? Is it Caleb Williams struggling yet again? And you get an embarrassing loss against the Commanders. The Arizona Cardinals are gaining momentum right now. Kyler's clicking with the rookie wide receiver Martin Harrison. They had a very, very good win against the Chargers in a very grinded out type of game. They stopped the run, they contained J.K. Dobbins, and they limited Justin Herbert. Then you saw it again. Against the Miami Dolphins. They got down early by 10 points. They fought back and scrapped and won this game against the Miami Dolphins as well. This Arizona Cardinals team has played inspired football, and this is a spot here where I'm going to go with the team that is definitely on a roll right now. And the injuries that I'm seeing to the offensive line of the Chicago Bears is very, very concerning. We're going to fade the public here, and we're going to go with Vegas. Vegas is still telling you to take the Cardinals, and you should take the Cardinals because right now the Cardinals are a better team playing with better momentum and more cohesion. So give me the Cardinals on the money line, Cardinals to cover the 1.5, and for the total points, I am going to lean towards the under. I have no faith in the offense of the Chicago Bears. I can see definitely yet again a poor performance from DeAndre Swift, and if they can't get that run game going yet again, then they will falter. All right, they will falter with no running game and Shane Waldron calling the plays. Those are huge issues for the Bears, and it continues to rear its ugly head time in and time out. All right, I'm liking the effort that I'm seeing from the Cardinals defense. They're not fantastic, but they do just enough and they get wins. All right, so Cardinals money line, Cardinals cover, and under 44.5. We have a classic battle here for the NFC North in Lambeau. Green Bay Packers 6-2, Detroit Lions 6-1. Looking at the current odds for this one, Lions road favorites here, -155 on the money line with the comeback of the Packers at a +130. Point spread at 2.5. Total points at 48. All right. For the injury report here for both of these teams, Broderick Martin, he's going to be out. He's on the DFR list. Joshua Pascal, backup D lineman, he's going to be out. Malcolm Rodriguez out. Sione Vaki, third string running back, he's going to be out. And backup D tackle Makai Wingo is going to be doubtful as well. So the backups here, the secondary guys on the line are a little bit hurt here for the Detroit Lions, but the main guys are going to be fine. For the Lions, they got DJ Reader on that line. They're fine. For the Green Bay Packers, we're waiting on news about Jair Alexander. 3 DNPs in a row. He is highly questionable and most likely trending towards not playing in this game. We have Corey Ballantyne, who's questionable, was able to get limited practice in 3 days in a row, so that's a positive sign. We have a doubtful on the center Josh Myers, and safety Evan Williams is going to be out as well. All right, so this matchup here, obviously the line, the way that they set this up here. Oh, excuse me. For the public bet percentage, 86% of the bets towards Detroit, 72% of the money towards Detroit. For the point spread, 68% of the bets, 59% of the money towards Detroit to cover. And for the total points, 84% of the bets, 95% of the money towards the over. All right. For these two teams, all right, Packers, yes, they have been very good the last 4 weeks, getting wins over the LA Rams, Arizona Cardinals, Houston Texans, and Jacksonville Jaguars. The last two performances have been a little bit scary. They played a little bit too close to my liking. You think in those two situations that they were in situations that they could have handled both of those teams. What keeps happening is turnovers. All right, Jordan Love, who is injured. He said he is going to give it a go with the groin issue. We don't know how 100% he is with that groin. Obviously, he was hampered in that game against Jacksonville, and we're having an issue here with Jordan Love with the turnovers. He's been turning over the football at a very high rate now, which is not saying it's not like him, but he has that gunslinger mentality. And when you're going up against a defense here that is elite, this is a top 3 defense in the league in the Detroit Lions, it can be very troublesome here, even if this is an in-division matchup, so they already know what to expect from Jordan Love. All right. Detroit Lions here are showing what they're supposed to. They are laying down a hammer and dismantling teams. It doesn't matter who it is, on the road, at home. This team has been absolutely dominant, and I think they continue to put that pressure here in this game against the Green Bay Packers. All right. Yes, and even on the road. Okay. So I think they got this line correct here. Vegas, the Lions are the better team. We have a highly questionable Jordan Love in this spot. Limping off of that field last game, not be able to finish. I can see him getting hurt early. It could be too soon to bring him back yet again. This is a guy that missed games in the earlier season. You gotta be delicate with Jordan Love right now and make sure he's 100%. And I think it's just too early in this in-division matchup here, and I think it could cost them this game. I'm going to go with the juggernaut here in the Detroit Lions with a clean sweep. All right, give me the Lions on the money line. Give me the Lions to cover the spread at -2.5. And I think this Lions defense shows up. Give me the under on the 48 here. This is an in-division matchup. I think that it will go towards the under 48 in the total. All right, in Lumen Field here, we have the Seattle Seahawks 4-4 with the comeback of the Rams here 3-4. Looking at the current odds, Rams are road favorites here in this particular matchup, -125 as road favorites on the money line. Seahawks are +105. Point spread at 1.5, total points set at 48. For the public bet percentage here, we have 66% of the bets, 76% of the money all on the Rams. For the point spread, 68% of the bets, 56% of the money for the Rams to cover. And for the total points, 68% of the bets and 56% of the money towards the over 48 in the total. Looking at the injury report here for the LA Rams and Seattle Seahawks, Neville Gallimore, nose tackle, he's going to be out. Joe Noteboom, veteran, he's going to be out. Ethan Evans, punter, he's going to be out. And everyone else is questionable for the LA Rams. For Seattle, they're missing some key components on the wide receiver front. No DK Metcalf in this game. That's a huge loss yet again. That's 2 weeks in a row. Abraham Lucas, offensive tackle, he's going to be out. Cameron Young, D tackle, he's going to be out. Noah Fant is going to be out there. Their tight end who's trying to emerge this season in this offense. And Q tag on Ernest Jones. So 2 big feature factors here on the offensive side of the ball, and DK Metcalf and Noah Fant are going to be out for Geno Smith. And that could really be a big hamper in this particular game. All right, our Rams are coming off 2 impressive wins against the Vegas Raiders and the Minnesota Vikings, who were undefeated. They came through, and it looks like the Rams and Matthew Stafford are gaining some traction here with back-to-back wins. All right, Seattle Seahawks are struggling mightily. They have major holes on this defense against the Detroit Lions, New York Giants, San Francisco 49ers, and Buffalo Bills. Those were all pretty bad losses there in their own right. They were fortunate to get that win in Atlanta, but this is another spot here where it does not look good for them, and we're talking about them trying to stop the run. All right, McVay is not shy. If he's getting this run game going with Kyren Williams, they can work off of that, and it allows Matthew Stafford to dissect the defense here. All right, we're waiting on news about Puka Nacua, but they still have Cooper Kupp, guys, and that's not going to bode well for them. Seattle Seahawks are 28th overall, 29th in the red zone, and they're giving up 130 yards rushing, the most in the league, and 5.3 yards a carry, the most in the league as well. Kyren Williams is in an absolute smash spot. I could see him going for 2 TDs as well, and it's going to be very hard for them to stop the run in this game. And if you can get that run game going, like I said, it is very hard to stop the LA Rams and Sean McVay. I do not like this spot here for Seattle Seahawks, especially with the injuries that they're having with the wide receiver and tight end. Can they definitely keep up pace and score with the Rams? They sure can, but you're not getting much room on the line. So I like the Rams on the money line. I like the Rams to cover the 1.5. And I'm going to lean towards the over 48 in the total between these two teams. I see a lot of points, and I see a lot of desperation here with the Seattle Seahawks down early, struggling to stop the run and playing catch-up. Last but not least here, we have the Indianapolis Colts 4-4 going up against the Minnesota Vikings 5-2 in US Bank Stadium. Looking at the odds here, Vikings home favorites minus 250 on the money line with the comeback of the Colts at a plus 200. Point spread at a 5.5. Total points at 46.5. For the public bet percentage here, 96% of the bets, 95% of the money, all over the Minnesota Vikings in this one. For the point spread, 72% of the bets, 77% of the money, all over the Minnesota Vikings to cover. And for the total points, 83% of the bets, 88% of the money towards the over 46.5. All right, looking at the injury report here for both teams, not many injuries here for the Indianapolis Colts. Bernard Raymond, their tackle, is going to be out. But everyone else is going to be fine here. And the Colts have made the switch of quarterback to veteran Joe Flacco. With all the issues with Anthony Richardson and his accuracy, they are not. They're sitting him down, and he's going to have to just learn his lesson. All right. See how the offense is run by Joe Flacco, and Joe Flacco definitely can get hot. We've seen what he was capable of last season with the Cleveland Browns on that winning streak, and he's done it already this year, being very efficient with this offense. And having Joe Flacco at QB just takes this team to a whole nother level, and they really, really solidify themselves in the AFC South if he is quarterback. All right, Minnesota Vikings, Blake Cashman, he's going to be out. Their better cover linebacker, and Taki Taimani is going to be out as well on the D line. Now, for these two teams here, this matchup is very interesting. Everyone, obviously, Minnesota Vikings got out to a very hot start, 5-0, and they lost 2 games in a row against Detroit and the LA Rams. Now people are backing them in this spot back at home, thinking that this is a definite win here, and that's why you see all the heavy money coming in on the Vikings to win and cover. All right, but the X factor here with the Colts is that Joe Flacco, in previous years, and obviously what we saw in Cleveland, he has no issues coming in and dismantling team with the weapons that he has, and he's very comfortable going up against blitz coverage. Blitz coverage, yes. With what Brian Flores is going to bring to the table, he's very familiar with that. He's going to have hot reads here and ready, and he has very talented receivers in Josh Downs, Michael Pittman Jr., Mo Alley Cox, and Adonai Mitchell and Alec Pierce to throw to. So this is going to be a tighter game than what you expect, and I would definitely go away from the Vikings here and thinking that they're going to cover. Another thing on the other side of the ball with the Indianapolis Colts here, this team on the defense side of the ball is getting much healthier. They have gotten all their captains back, and DeForest Buckner, who can definitely cause havoc by himself, Kwity Paye on the edge, and their best corner in Kenny Moore in the slot as well. So all across the board, this team is looking much better in the Indianapolis Colts, and they're looking like a live dog. So I like the point spread here for the Colts on a plus 5.5. If you're feeling froggy, go ahead and take the Colts to get the win at plus 200. And I do think that this is going to be a shootout here between the Colts and the Vikings because I know easily Joe Flacco can put up points, and the Vikings definitely have a formidable offense as well. And I can see this going over the 46.5. All right, so that's going to be our play here for this final game on Sunday night. Colts money line, Colts plus 5.5, and the over 46.5. Those are going to be our selections for the late slate on Sunday. Let me know in the comment section down below. Do you agree? Do you disagree? We can definitely debate about that in that comment section down below. Guys, if you want to sign up for the Patreon and winning plays and futures, all right, that's down low in the description. You're getting access to future bets, daily bets, and access to that group chat that goes off 24/7. This your boy, Chef D. I'll be back very soon, and peace out.